Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast once again. And I've got my buddy, as usual, Mark Dilatush, on the other end of the line here. And today we're going to talk about a new solution that New Patients Incorporated has come up with for a very sticky problem that dentists have. I mean, that's sort of our business, and it's been our business for 27 years, is to figure out solutions to problems that dental practices have. Right, Mark?
Absolutely. And in particular, the problems of patient acquisition, patient quality, and, that always spins itself off into practice management tentacles in all directions. But for the most part, patient acquisition. This new product, the name of it is NPI Concierge. Anybody that's been to Las Vegas to a hotel knows what a concierge is. It's someone who makes a reservation for you. If you haven't figured out by now, NPI Concierge connects your website with your practice management software. It is powered by a company named Blvd. For I don't know how long now, but I'm going to say part-time over the last 2.5, 3 years, I've been looking for a solution to all of the new patient phone calls that hit our client offices during days or hours of a day that they are not there to answer the phone. And those new patient phone calls go to a voicemail, and basically it's a hang up at that point. It's a 33-second phone call with a hang up. Been looking for a solution to that problem. There are some that dentists can use internally, but this one gives an advantage not only to the new patients who want to make their appointment now, even if you're not physically in your office or answering your phones. It gives your existing patients, specifically your recare and specifically your overdue recare existing patients, a tremendously wonderful advantage and opportunity to make their appointment online without maybe they work all day just like you do, right? So they come home, it's 5:30, you're not open, they want to make their appointment, but they can't. They get your voicemail and they try to leave a message, what have you. Okay, well, this way they just log on, make their appointment. They're already your patient. Now, traditionally, I can go back to, probably a year and a half or almost 2 years ago, a guy named Tom from Local Med called me and he started talking to me about this solution. And I thought to myself, well, I've been in dentistry for 26 years. I can't imagine a dentist giving up control of their schedule.
Yeah, that's their big fear, right?
That's their gigantic fear, right?
Why, justifiably so, I might add. I mean, why do you want to turn over your schedule to strangers?
Well, exactly, you don't, right? So you picture like endo, 4 in a row, lunch. And, I just some kind of insane, schedule and those, horror movie sounds, wee, with the guy swinging a knife behind you, just terrible. And that's what I'm agreeing with everyone listening to this podcast. On my initial review of this, I thought exactly the same thing. I basically said, Tom, thanks for calling me. Not really interested because I don't really believe dentists are ever going to let, their schedule be manipulated by patients, right? So about 6 months or a year goes by and a guy named Tom calls me back and he says, hey, Mark, I want you to take a look at this thing again. It's like, oh, geez, Tom, nothing really happened to me in the last year to convince me that dentists are going to want, or this is even a good idea, right? Well, they had done more work on their product. done more integrations with more practice management software, and done, this is the key part, done deeper, more refined real-time integrations with their product, right? So anybody that knows me knows my practice management software background, right? So I'm intimately familiar with the software out there and with how dentists use it. And I thought to myself, I said, well, all right, if these guys have what they say they have, this would be awesome. But then, of course, the skeptical side of me came in and said, how many times have companies pitched me on a solution for our customers and it stunk, right? Right, Howie? Like 10 out of 11 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, I'll listen to you again, right? So we get on the phone, we get on a meeting, and we go through it. And for everyone listening here, here's the takeaway from this 30-minute podcast, okay? Because I know the questions you're going to ask. So I'm going to give you the answers before you even ask the question. Here's the answer to all your questions.
You're psychic, Mark.
I am. I'm psychic as heck because I've had all these questions already, right? Here's the answer to all your concerns. It uses your scheduling rules. That's the answer. So if you ask me the question, what about kids? Kids don't take as much time, for their exam and cleanings. Is it going to give kids a whole hour? And, it uses your scheduling rules. Well, what if the doctor's not supposed to be in? Or what if the doctor likes to have all high revenue procedures in the morning? What if we block our schedule? It uses your scheduler's rules, okay? See, this is where it went from a decent idea to being an incredibly viable, wonderful tool for your dental office, okay? Is once they completed all that work, all that programming work, to make it use your rules, your blocks, your columns, your providers, your hygienists, your time units with your scheduler exactly the way you set it up, all it is an extension. So now you put that extension out on your website for your patients to use, for new patients to use. Let me take it one step further because this is really where it really gets cool. Actually, 2 or 3 steps further. So the first step is I want new patients to be able to book an appointment with you when they're interested, whether you're open or not. That's the first benefit, okay? I'm going to see those new patient calls that are dropped go from 20% to 15%. Bam. More than pays for itself, like 10 times over every month, right? So that's the first thing I want. The second thing I want is I want your established patients, especially the overdue ones, to have the opportunity to make their appointments when it's convenient for them to make an appointment. You already know them. You already have a file for them. The system's going to verify they exist as a patient. It's going to make the appointment for the right patient in the right column, for the right day, for the right time, for the right number of units for that procedure, okay? You could be sleeping. You could be playing tennis. Almost every office manager right now is listening to this as their eyes and ears, their ears are perking up because they're the ones who have to have all these conversations. You won't have to have as many of these conversations anymore. Now, the third level, which is really intriguing, are those complimentary consults for the highly profitable niches in dentistry.
Like implants and Invisalign and
dental implants, Invisalign consults, sleep apnea consults, any complimentary look. And let's just see if you're a candidate, right? Let's just see if you're a candidate. Well, now take it another step forward. Well, what if you were doing a PPC campaign? We manage PPC campaigns. We manage PPC campaigns through Google, through social media. What if you're doing an Invisalign campaign in Facebook right now? and you're putting a Facebook boost out to a 50-mile radius, and part of your landing page makes it available to them to book their appointment right now. You can't control when people look at their Facebook page. It could be Wednesday evening at 9. So mom goes in, fires up her Facebook page, looks at the clear aligners and goes, yeah, I heard about those. Let me take a look and see. Reads what the landing page says, and it says complimentary initial consult. Click here to schedule your online visit. And when she clicks there and to schedule her initial consult, it's complimentary, and she selects that item and goes out, and the system goes out and looks for the first day and the first time, or the first days and times, that consult opening is available in your provider, in your column, in your schedule, the way it's set up according to your rules. Those are the only options it gives the website visitor. Website visitor selects one of them, confirm the email, confirm the appointment, and give you plenty of time to follow up, maybe 2 or 3 days to follow up and do some intake before they come in.
Yeah, and that's so cool, because up until the practice chooses to do the follow-up, there's no humans involved.
Yeah. I mean, we get that
all automated.
Yeah, we get that question all the time too. Well, what about insurance? I have to know exactly what insurance they have, and I have to have all their numbers and all their paperwork and all their stuff, right? Well, just set up the rule with concierge and just say, don't offer any openings within 36 hours of right now. That gives you 3 days. You're going to get notified every time somebody makes an appointment from your website anyway. It gives you 3 days to follow up with them, get their intake, get their insurance information, make sure they're a good match for your practice, blah, 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 blah. You have plenty of time. So as you have this conversation with dentists and the scheduling coordinators, one by one, all their fears melt away, right? And they sit back, and there's this aha moment where they sit back and go, "You mean it works off of my scheduling rules?" Yeah, yeah. You mean it's not like the solution that came with my how do I put this? Came with my internal marketing communication email texting software. No, it's nothing like that. This one won't double or triple book, or this one doesn't, this one is real time. This one doesn't sync once a day and leave you with, double or triple booked.
And wait, and how about the patient who shows up thinking they have an appointment and they don't?
Right. It doesn't do that either. Right.
How awful is that?
It's literally an extension of your schedule using your rules. Literally. Right. So anyway, in the 2.5 years, I'm going to give this guy, Tom Brown, a lot of credit, because even though, a couple of years ago, we didn't really see eye to eye, I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I certainly didn't think dentists were going to want to do it, and I wasn't interested in anything that dentist wasn't going to benefit the dentist. I give him credit for being for following up and saying, "Hey Mark, we've done an awful lot to this product, take a look at it now. Here's my report. It works. it works, and here's the other great thing about it is about a 15-minute fact-finding conversation, and then about 48 hours break, and then another 10 to 15-minute conversation with the person that does your scheduling in your office. It's installed. It's working."
That's the dental practice time commitment?
Yeah, I'd say 15 minutes fact finding first time, and then about 2 days or 3 days goes by because they got to program according to your rules, right? And then another 15 to 20 minutes during the absolute install when they make sure they set up all the rules according to the way you wanted them. And then it's live.
Wow.
Then they produce the widget. The widget goes on your website. Here's the other cool thing about this. I'm most excited about this Schedule Online Now widget appearing on your website, right? We know how much web traffic we generate to our client sites, right? Literally, right? We know exactly how many impressions we're generating to our client sites. And we believe a good solid percentage will book online. We don't think the number is going to get smaller. We're very sure the number of people booking online is going to go up. Otherwise, why would sites like Uber and OpenTable, why would any of those other sites exist if people weren't getting more and more and more used to reserving things online? When was the last time anybody listening to this podcast called a travel agent?
Do they have those guys anymore?
I know, it's funny, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not just the cool factor. I wouldn't do this if it was just the cool factor. I would do it if it was going to save 10% of those missed calls every month, because I know how much revenue that our clients are missing by not answering their phones, right?
Oh man, well, yeah, that's been our pet peeve forever. 20% or thereabouts. Some people say more of calls go unanswered. No human is there to respond. So forget it.
Right.
This is a great way to increase the power and the punch and the ROI of your marketing without spending any more money on marketing.
And for the folks who listen to our podcast who may or may not be our clients, you don't have to be our clients. It'll work with any website. You could just call and order it just for this from just us, and that'll be you could just be our customer, for this product. But it absolutely will more than pay. It's $99 to set up and $99 a month.
Wow.
So if we get one additional new patients, every 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah.
From allowing them to schedule online, everything after that is total and pure gravy.
Yes.
Oh, now here's the other cool part about this. This little widget, a widget is electronic code. It's basically your account. That code can be placed anywhere. So the most obvious place you would put it is on your website. Any website developer can install this widget in 41 seconds. Okay, this is not difficult to install. So once you put it on your website, that's not it. You can actually install this widget on your business, on your Facebook page. You can install this widget if you're participating with insurance companies. You can give the insurance company this widget, and they can put it on your listing on their insurance, on their provider list. So if a patient, let's say they're employed by Boeing, and they go to their dental insurance, and they type in providers, or they click providers. If you're a provider for their insurance, you're going to come up on their list, but you're going to have a little bit of a different spin on your list, because your listing is going to have a little icon that says Schedule Online Now. As soon as they click that, it goes right from the insurance website right to your website and opens up the appointment type dialog box. So this is not just a widget for your website. It's not online scheduling just for your website. You can put this widget on social media, and if your insurance carrier participates, on the insurance website. So and the number of things you can put it on is not going down. The number of places you can put it is going up. So over time, it's going to actually increase in value, not decrease in value. So for all those reasons, that's why we brought on NPI Concierge. Again, it's $99 to install, $99 a month. There are no annual contracts ever. If you don't like it, tell us. You're out. We doubt anybody's ever going to do that. Once it's installed and once you get your first taste of a patient showing up in your schedule, filling a hole that you didn't even talk to, that's pretty much ends the debate. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's NPI Concierge. If you have any questions about it, you can always go to our website, or you can just give us a call direct, and we'll be happy to walk you through it.
Awesome. Well, that pretty much wraps this up. I know that there are going to be some questions, and we'll be glad to field them. Contact us through the usual channels, our website, our email, our phone. And boy, this is good news. This is great news. Thanks for explaining all that, Mark.
You got it. Thanks, everyone.
All right. We'll see you next time. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.